Here we go.
I'm good right here.
That's not this type of show. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hello. We have a whistler in the audience today. We have a whistler. Welcome to the show, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Let's get started. Hello. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the show. Get a load of those folks. Hi. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Wednesday. I am very excited. I don't care if it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm always excited to look across that way and see this woman. Give it up for Kendall, everybody. Hello, Kendall.
Hi.
How you doing?
I feel great.
Do you?
Yeah, after our meeting, I laughed so hard I cried. I feel great.
I think we're going to eventually do this. Maybe. We should tape our meetings that we have at like 9:05. No. Jeff goes, no, we shouldn't.
No.
But we, y'all would like that, wouldn't you? We have these, yeah. We laugh our blanks off. And Kendall is going to tell a story, an edited for television version of a story that, now director Leo, and we've shown you director Leo. Director Leo is such a good director. I love the guy. He's very serious, right, Kendall? And he's a man of few words in our meeting. He says nothing. He just sits back, and it's just, I think we're going on 5 seasons. Leo has collectively said 200 words. You know what I mean? About 200 words. So he just sits there. We even had Leo laughing today with Kendall's story.
Yep.
Leo was laughing, yeah.
1 point for Gryffindor.
That's right. So Kendall has a first date story that she'll tell because on today's show, we're going to tell you about first date no-nos, the things that in 2019 you should not be doing. And it all started because I said, hey, Kendall, you have any funny first date stories? She goes, oh, yes, I do. So you'll hear some of those. Before we get going, I just want to say thanks to all the politicians of the state capitol. And that's a sentence I've never been able to say before because we don't do politics on the show. But I'm very excited. If you followed me for a while, if you follow me on social media, maybe you listen to the radio show, you watch this broadcast, you know that the only law that I've ever been passionate about is the law about left lane drivers. And they call it the slowpoke lane. I am passionate about people moving over and not sleeping in the left lane of the highway. I am passionate about that. Well, I read in the Star Tribune today that the law was signed. It's a law. Yes. Now, I want to say, all of you, because I can see your emails being typed right now, the law and myself, I am not endorsing speeding. I think that's a misconception, and believe me, I have done my research. I have read I have, Jeff. What are you laughing over there? I have read every study on this. I have read, because I want to speak from a place of knowledge. If I'm going to go on and on and on and something like a goober, the number one thing is it actually decreases accidents because when people have to when you force folks to pass you on the right, passing on the right causes more accidents. So that's why it's not about speeding. It really isn't. So I'm very, very excited about this law, and I've never been able to say that before.
I'm happy for you. Actually, that was the other part of the meeting that every single person spoke up about, and then was like drawing Venn diagrams about how this happens when you do this, and it was pretty hilarious.
Oh, because everyone has a traffic annoyance in this state. Right. Maybe zipper merging is your thing, that people don't like. And also, am I the only one, and let me know on Facebook, and I think the audience, am I the only one that it drives me crazy when folks don't match the speed limit when they merge onto a highway? They go like 20 miles an hour, and it's like, no. The ramp is there so that you can match the speed of the highway. And they're like, no! You're not driving on Cherry Tree Lane. It's 494. Anyway, yeah. I could go on and on about this. I won't.
On.
We're going to do a whole show on traffic annoyances, so let us know what yours are. But right now, let's worry about today's show. It's time for the hot dish, everybody. Oh, I'm going to get emails on that one. Okay. Ooh. Here's a place you don't want to be today. Bravo headquarters. You don't want to be because there could be a big shakeup coming to the cast of two hugely popular Real Housewives franchises. First, we're going to talk about New York. According to Radar Online, some are on the chopping block for next season. And the people that are on this chopping block, two original cast members. Rumors are Countess Luann is out and Ramona is out. Turtle time. Luann is in limbo. She reportedly wants a big ol' raise because, you know, she's a big cabaret star now. Ramona seems to be the one definitely on the way out. Producers are actively trying to replace her. Now, before we go to the other one, let me just say, ridiculous. This is such a bad move, Bravo. Ramona is one of the few consistently interesting cast members on that show. If you want to get rid of anybody, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but Tinsley is like watching she's very nice, but it's like watching a stapler. You know, in other Housewives news, Lisa Vanderpump may be done with the Beverly Hills franchise.
Oh.
Erin, how dare you clap at that? Us Weekly says she doesn't plan to attend the season 9 reunion, which is literally taping right now as we speak, and doesn't appear willing to be a part of the season 10 next year. Sources say it doesn't make sense for her to return because she's no longer friends with any of the women on the show. So, you know what? I do get that because there's nothing worse on this show, and I've watched most of them. I've watched all these for many, many years, and I know that you don't. Nothing is worse than when the show gets too toxic. I like fun drama. Like New York's doing fun drama right now. You know what I mean? They're all in Miami, and Sonya's like rolling off a table, and you know what I mean? I like fun drama. I don't like when it gets this vicious. So
mean.
I don't want to see LVP leave, but I can see why she's leaving. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I used to watch all the shows. I liked New Jersey, the table flipping, just so good.
Teresa.
Oh, they're crazy. Those ladies are crazy.
New Jersey's the first one I dropped out of, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's, again, we could do a whole show about this.
Yeah.
But I read on one of the online sources that she might actually move her show, Vanderpump Rules, which is huge, to a different network because she's so mad about all of this.
Yeah, I don't know. Does she own it? I was wondering about that. She's an executive producer.
I think she's an executive producer.
Yeah, and Vanderpump Rules gets better ratings than Housewives does. So
snap.
Yeah. Bloop. Next in the dish, another classic sitcom is getting ready for a reboot. Which one? Look at this.
Maybe the world is blind, or just a little unkind. Don't know. Seems you can't be sure of anything anymore.
Okay, I wonder how many of you watching remember Punky Brewster, and I don't think we could put a dog in a bag nowadays. I don't think that would be Punky Brewster's making a comeback, the 1984 sitcom, which ran for 4 seasons. It ran that long? I thought it was only like 2 on NBC. If you don't know, it's about a young girl raised by a foster parent. The reboot is going to star Punky, Soleil Moon Frye, who was in the original, who will play now a single mother of 3 trying to get life back on track. No word on when it's slated to debut or what network, if any, would air it. Now, we are generationally different. Do you even remember? Have you ever heard of Punky Brewster?
Kind of just reminded me of Annie.
Yeah, I asked you for a reason. Mm-hmm. You kind of proved the point that executive producer Jeff and I were making. I don't think enough people, A, remember this show, or B, like it enough to warrant a reboot. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, like I've heard Punky Brewster, but only as something that someone says. Like, oh, that's a punky, I don't know. Like, you know, on Twitter, I don't know. Jace, I just don't know, okay? I watched the Rugrats. I don't know.
People are using Punky Brewster as an adjective?
I feel like maybe.
Okay.
Did I just come up with that?
I think you did. I think. What did I?
That's a Punky Brewster.
What was in your coffee today? Did
know.
Keith put something in your
Not
coffee?
enough
Yeah,
of it.
okay.
Maybe.
I know. If you want to reboot a show, watch. The audience is going to be with me. Again, I'm going to say it for the 100th time. Reboot Knots Landing. Come on, reboot Knots Landing. Yeah, that's a show that could be rebooted. I'm not even going to ask you.
I know. I want I Love Lucy.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on. Lucy, I'm home from the club. Da-da-da.
She's dead. I mean, you can't. Lucille Ball.
Well, I know.
I'm spoiler alert. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah. Desi and Lucy are gone. So
if we're just talking about like just doing something.
No, don't ever. You don't ever. Networks, you can never ever bring back I Love Lucy. There's only no. There's only one Lucy. There will only be one Lucy.
Okay.
You can't bring it back.
Hey. By the way, my mom met Lucille Ball because my mom was a flight attendant for years.
Yeah.
She said she was really mean.
Oh, okay. The show was called I Love Lucy, but not everyone loved her.
Really?
Your mom is absolutely right. Mm-hmm. She had a reputation for being very snitty.
Yeah.
She wasn't kind. I mean,
always be nice to the service people.
That's right. I know. I don't. You know how I feel about that. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. Don't be rude to flight attendants. They work very hard. Very hard. And I appreciate.
And it might be my mom.
And it might be, yes.
She retired.
I was going to say your mom retired, Kendall. Anyway, again, let's check Kendall's coffee in that commercial break. Lots more to come, everybody. We'll be back right after this. More Hot Dish. More Hot Dish is coming right up next. Heard of that new Oscar museum that's opening in Hollywood? Well, can they borrow $10 from you? Yup. The project is in trouble. And wait till you hear what they're doing to try to save it. Then, you love her, and so do I. Erin Meyer from Lavender and Laundry is back with a solution to a problem we all must deal with. Keeping our toilet clean. And, oh boy, I'm worried. It's time for you to ask me anything. From my schedule to life after the show to behind the scenes dish. You guys get to, well, ask me anything and I have to answer. That's all coming up.
You had a big news in your life. You have become a dame. For the people out there who don't know, explain what a dame is.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. Nothing seems to have changed. I thought maybe when it happened, I would be treated differently in some way. I mean, obviously, I had all the chairs in my house raised slightly, the ones I sit in, obviously.
Right. Everyone else is...
not too high, so
right.
that people were just slightly off. I thought, is she higher? But not sure, tiny bit sort of confused.
Sure. Yes.
I thought I'd be greeted by policemen in the street. I'd be able to walk my sheep over London Bridge. I don't know, but everything seems to be the same.
Well,
everything's the same for Dame Emma Thompson. That's Emma on Colbert last night. People ask all the time, if especially in the audience, I spend some time with the audience after the show, and a frequent question is, who's your favorite kind of in-studio star? And I always list Emma. She was in studio 2010, 11 for Nanny McPhee, and she was delightful, like the sweetest. And that's what it is. I always say this. The pros like her are the nice ones. It's the young up-and-comers that think they're too big for their britches that have an attitude. The pros like Emma, not always. Like Zac Efron was very nice. He was here. But Emma, total pro. I love you. Next in the dish. The cast of the latest XMen movie visited Kimmel last night. Their new film is called Dark Phoenix. It hits theaters this weekend. And the cast talked about one of the scenes. Look at this.
This is not a spoiler, but we know that Jennifer's character, Raven, gets killed in this movie. And I wonder if that was emotional for anyone.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I was told not to say.
Did anyone cry? Was this a moment of anything?
I teared up a little bit watching Sophie in that scene. It was so... Her reaction to my death was so, raw and real. I died with my eyes open. And it was so, honest and real. And it's because she really was crying because her dialect coach, right before the take, took her jewel away.
Or your electronic cigarette.
My vape.
Yeah.
Not her
She started
jewelry.
genuinely tearing up and then went in. I mean, it was like the performance of the year. It was amazing.
Thank you.
So that's where you get your motivation, from your
is.
Juul cigarette.
Yeah, it's how to act.
How to Act. Jennifer Lawrence and Sophie Turner. The new X-Men, though, I got to tell you, not getting great reviews. It's not. What? Do you like them?
Look at that cast. It's gonna be fine. And by the way, Jennifer Lawrence is my other soulmate. Hey, girl.
I
call
was
me.
gonna say, you know what? You remind me. You remind me of Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah.
I could just die now.
You do.
It's fine.
You remind me of Jennifer Lawrence.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're fun like her. You're beautiful like her. Yeah.
Someone stand in for me. I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, you do. I just thought about that. Yeah. I mean, slightly wackier, but that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not getting good reviews. It has what, like a 4 something on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, I think it has like 1 star.
Yeah, someone said one of the headlines was a horrible way to end the X-Men franchise. Eee. Next in the dish. So have you guys heard about that Oscar museum that's opening? You know, it's opening, it's under construction right now. Well, it looks like they need some money. They need money, and A-listers are asking for help. According to the Daily Mail, actors like Selma Hayek, Tom Hanks, and Annette Bening are sending fundraising letters to, what is it, like an elementary school bake sale is selling Highlights magazine. They're sending letters to fellow actors asking for a minimum of $100. Now, you're thinking to yourself, why? The project is reportedly $77 million over budget. And construction has moved at a snail's pace, but plans are to still open it later this year. Up-and-coming actors, youngins, they ain't going. Up-and-coming actors are not happy that they're getting begging letters from millionaires. Yes, I would understand if you're new to the union, you're new to the Screen Actors Guild, and Annette Bening is sending you a letter asking you for $100. Annette, go to Warren Beatty. He can give you some money. Yeah.
You know, that's the difference between you and I. Sometimes I'm very gullible. I would be a new actor and I'd get a letter from Tom Hanks and be like, oh my God, he needs $100 from me. Yes. And then my mom would be like, or you would be like, Kendall, it's Tom Hanks.
It's
and I'd
Tom
be like,
Hanks.
oh yeah, you're right. That's so dumb.
No, and I gotta. Why, if Annette Bening and the people on this committee, and look, I want this museum to open.
Right.
I think it's a great idea, but call me kooky. Instead of sending thousands of emails to all actors, including folks that don't make a lot of money, couldn't just 7 really rich actors get together and fund the rest of it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Get a cartel.
Cartel.
Get your Tom Hanks. Get your Julia Roberts.
Get your people.
Get your
Meryl
Denzel
Streep.
Washington.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Meryl Streep. I
Yeah.
mean, that's chicken change
She
for her.
owns half of the Academy.
Chicken change. I don't even know what that means. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I liked it.
I'm getting
It's like
the
being a
rap.
Punky Brewster. Never mind.
You just try to use Punky Brewster.
Ah,
Then to stop it. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I told the studio audience we're already getting mail on our social media. A lot of people love Punky Brewster. That's great. I'm happy for you.
Right now, then.
You're getting a reboot. You are. Still ahead, we're talking first date no-nos. And then she's one of your favorites, Erin Meyer from Lavender and Laundry is here with her cleaning supplies and favorite DIY items. You're going to love it when we return. Back after this, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being here. Good-looking audience today. Well, let's talk dating, shall we? Right, Kendall? We're going to tell your story in a minute. Yeah. There are good dates that lead to more dates, and then there are bad dates that make you question why you ever left the house. A new survey from YouGov names the worst things men and women can do on a first date. So let's break down the top 5. Number 5, showing up late. Now this bugs men and women equally. I say showing up late generally is a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Because I always say, habitual, because I think when you're late for somebody, it means that you think that your time is more valuable than their time. That's what to me, that's what it signals, right?
Yeah, agree.
You're punctual, aren't you?
All the time.
Yeah, I know you
I
are.
call,
Yeah.
and like if I'm late and I know I'm going to be running late because I'm in traffic or something, I call.
Yeah, I do too, yes. And don't call like 2 seconds before you arrive and go, I'm going to be late. Y'all knew you were going to be late like 10 minutes
Like,
ago.
girl,
Yeah,
I've been
I
sitting here
hate
for
that.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Number 2, not looking like your profile picture. Yeah. So you're using a profile picture that's like 20 years old, or your hair's different, or back then you had hair and now you don't, you know. No, I'm saying that has happened. Yeah.
Jordan, my husband, when he was on Tinder, he used to call them shapeshifters.
Shapeshifters.
Because he'd be like, oh, she looks different every picture. And then they'd get there and he'd be like,
Yeah. Well,
that
we
you?
do. If you listen to the radio show, we do a segment called Second Chance Romance. And thank you. And I have heard every dating nightmare. And we had one recently where the guy went out with a woman and he couldn't figure out why she wasn't calling him back. Well, he failed to tell her that his ex-fiance was pregnant. So maybe something you should tell somebody on a first date, that you have a child coming. Yeah.
Oopsies.
And the number 1 first date no-no is using your phone too much while on a date. Yeah. Nearly 70% of men and women said that was the biggest no-no. Because again, I like that random couple. I love our graphics. Because again, just like the late thing, I think that sends a signal that you care more about the phone than you do the other person. And I've been guilty of this. Yeah.
It's just weird because then you're like, well, what's our relationship going to be like?
If you're on the phone all the time?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop talking. Will you tell everyone your first date story?
Okay, this is the PG version.
This is a shortened version.
It was in high school. We were at a movie, and the guy kept
use me
going
as a-
like this and trying to cop a feel.
Yeah, like this.
So, like the whole time. And so by the end of the movie, I was like this
Leaning
in
like
my
this.
chair. And then at the end, I'm like, oh my God, get me out of this theater. He goes, all right, that was a great movie. I'm like, yeah. He stuck his tongue out before he went into the kiss like this.
Oh, like that.
I was like, I had to like.
I know. He stuck his tongue out before attaching.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I dated him 6 months later.
thank you. So Ted, producer Ted in our meeting, who's single, Ted goes, that worked? Like that worked?
6 months
You went out
later.
with the guy 6 months later?
I did for like 6 other months. And then I was like, there's the non-PG
There's
parts.
a non-PG parts. And
Skip to
Were
the
you-
end.
did he ever get better at kissing?
I think so.
I think you would remember if the lizard always was like
I know.
that.
I feel like I had to teach him slowly.
Oh, had a girl. Yeah. Other no-nos in the list include chewing too loudly. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I don't like loud chewers. It's like you're not a cow chewing on a cud. Yeah. Talking too much and taking pictures of your food for social media. Yeah. When it comes to rejection, this is interesting. When it comes to rejection, men and women agree the best way to say no to a second date is texting instead of a phone call or meeting in person. Well, yeah, you're not going to set up a meeting to tell the person you don't want to date them anymore. That's weird.
I mean, I just would ghost people.
You ghost?
I got ghosted and I ghosted. I'm
Two
not
wrongs make a
proud
right?
of it. I'm not proud of it, but it was so much easier.
Don't ghost. Ghosting is so
Okay,
mean.
all of you in the audience have ghosted someone, either via cell phone, you moved, you did. I mean, it was
Not
different.
these people! Not these people!
Okay, before cell phones, it was a lot easier. That's all I had to
maybe
say.
her. Maybe her, yeah. Still ahead, Erin Meyer is here
I mean,
with
they
us.
had tongues. It was
Erin
weird.
Meyer hasn't ghosted anyone. Erin Meyer is here with some of her favorite DIY ideas when we return. Back after this, everybody. Welcome back, my friends. Speaking of friends, one of our best friends is back. If you haven't done spring cleaning around the house, there's still time to freshen things up. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for one of our favorites, Erin Meyer from the blog Lemons, Lavender and Laundry. Welcome back, sweetie.
Thank you.
Okay, let's switch
We always-
places.
yes.
Well, we always do the little dance
I know,
here.
yep. Okay, so we're gonna start with freshening your toilet.
Okay.
So this is kind of more for in-between cleanings. This isn't gonna clean, but it's gonna freshen.
Got it. And no, I mean, look, no, it's not great morning conversation, but we all do it for heaven's sake.
Yes, we all do have to clean our. I hope we're all cleaning our toilets.
Yes, I hope so. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna make these toilet bombs. They're called, and they kind of are like bath bombs, only they're for your toilet.
Okay.
So I have in here 3/4 cup of baking soda.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you add in 1/4 cup of citric acid. You can find. I know it sounds like really
frightening,
scary, right?
Yeah.
But it's actually found in like the canning section of Target, Walmart, wherever you want to
go. Are you serious?
Yes.
Citric acid is okay.
I know, it sounds scary, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
And it's going to create a little bit of fizz, and it's also great because of the acidic nature of it.
Okay.
It helps with bacteria, mold, that kind of stuff.
Dump it in?
Okay, we're going to mix that up, and then we're going to add in some essential oils. This is going to help to kind of add that scent to it. So you want to grab lemon, and I'll grab this one, and we'll just dump in some.
Just dump in.
Doesn't that smell so good,
that
though?
Actually
good and
smells
fresh?
I love lemon. When all my cleaning products, I like it to be lemon flavored. I like a lemon flavored.
Really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna notice when you first put essential oils into baking soda, it makes little clumps because of the moisture. So just kind of give it a good stir, get those little clumps out. Now my recommendation is honestly to use a spray bottle for the water, but we're gonna save a little time and just kind of pour some in. So what you want is a consistency. See, look at the citric acid is fizzing.
There we go.
You want a consistency where when you put it into your hands, it will maintain the shape, but it's not crumbling, but it's not like really, really wet either. I might have actually gotten it semi-right. So you just, well, that's, okay, a little too wet. But anyway, you're gonna add it into a mini muffin. Actually, I use silicone because the silicone is great when you have to pop it out.
Oh, okay.
So now I, of course, have this all over my hands.
I'll get you a towel.
But, okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to pop it out, and they'll harden overnight. You want to make sure they're completely solid before you pop them out. Otherwise, they're going to crumble. Oh, thank you. Oh, you have, like, paper towels right there.
That's right. We have everything. There's a...
So... Yeah. There you go. That's awesome. It's like a little...
We have an intern down there?
That's awesome.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Anything you need.
Yeah.
All right, so that's kind of how you make those. So let those, like I said, dry overnight and you'll be good.
And then you just plop them in.
And then I normally put 2 into the toilet, close the lid, let them fizz in there about 15 minutes, and then just flush your toilet.
Okay. See,
there you go.
I'm going to do that because I like that. I like that smell.
Yeah, just don't add as much water as I did.
Make it a little less than that. Okay.
Yes.
Next
okay.
we have toilet bowl cleaner.
So to clean your toilet, I have not bought store-bought.
I love these people today. They're just like, they're cheering for cleaning the toilet.
I love it. All I use is vinegar and baking soda. So many people do not know this, but you should not combine vinegar and baking soda if you want to clean something. I know it gets fizzy and seems like it's gonna, but they actually cancel each other out. And so all the good benefits from like the vinegar get canceled out if you add baking soda right away.
Really?
I know. It is not people do it all the time and they don't realize that they're actually like making it unclean.
Look at me learning something today.
Yeah, so what I do is I take vinegar in a spray bottle, spray down the toilet.
Okay.
Then you're going to let it sit there for like 10 to 15 minutes. Again, vinegar has the acidic nature, so it's going to work on the bacteria and the mold.
Okay.
And then, so I kind of like clean the rest of my bathroom during that time. Then you're going to sprinkle in, I've got like a little wooden spoon, and I just sprinkle in baking soda right before I'm about to scrub.
Okay.
Because that acts as like a nice mild abrasive. And then you just literally like clean your toilet as usual. If you have any really rough spots, you can take a pumice stone, wet it down, and you can just like scrub it off. I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time because you don't want to scratch your porcelain, but if you wet this down, it really does a nice job.
Yeah, and I'm going to get one with a handle. So I don't
There are pumice stones literally for your toilet bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting that one.
If you hate the smell of vinegar, you can add in like orange essential oil
I was
or
just going to ask
something.
about that because I don't like the smell, but
it is really strong. So if you add in some essential oil into the vinegar, you'll smell that instead of the vinegar.
Finally, for
all right,
this
last
particular
one.
segment.
I don't know if it's my mom brain or end of school or whatever, but I have been leaving loads of laundry in my washing machine. Has anybody done that? And then they smell terrible.
Oh, I haven't done. Oh.
You've never left a load of laundry in the washing machine? I am proud of you because I do it way too often. And if you have a front loader, it's got...
I mean, Colin does the laundry, but I mean,
okay, maybe he has.
I do my own laundry, yeah.
So it can get really musty smelling because it's sealed in there and then it's wet. And it's also, this is good if you have like summers here, go to the lake, you leave your suit or your towels in a bag in the back trunk and they smell horrible. This will help. So you're gonna start by doing you're gonna put all the smelly laundry back into the wash because just washing it one time will not take that smell out.
Okay.
So you're gonna wash with vinegar, 1 cycle with just vinegar as your detergent.
Okay.
Then you're gonna do another cycle with baking soda as your detergent. Again, gonna help with the moldy, mildewy smell.
Not together again,
right,
separate.
not
okay.
together. And then the baking soda will help. So baking soda absorbs
The
bad
odor.
odors. And then lastly, grab dryer balls, add some essential oil to it when you're drying, and that will help to just freshen it even further. But this will do kind of the job of getting all of that mildew smell out. This will just help to freshen it.
Very cheap. I
Yeah.
mean, literally, that's like
Right,
4 cents.
for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Yes.
We're going to take a break. We have more DIY chips this side of the table with Erin when we return. Back after this, everybody. Yeah, 4 cents right there. Welcome back, my friends. More with Erin Meyer from Lavender and Laundry. To get a hold of Erin, we'll put it up at the end. Now more tips. Where are we going to next?
All right, we are totally going from cleaning to DIY, decorating.
Okay.
So the first thing, we're making over our master bedroom right now.
Okay.
And one of the things I think many people do is they go get paint and then they paint their room and then they hate the color that they put up on the wall. So
My mother-in-law does that a lot. Like, she's very particular about paint, and she'll change it about 4 times.
Okay, so this is for her.
This is for her,
This tip is for her. Okay, so the first thing, I actually saw my friend do this. You, instead of grabbing one little like 1-inch square, go and grab like 4 to 6 of the same color, tape them together so you've got a bigger swatch on your wall.
Oh.
I thought that was a brilliant idea.
Simple, but yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah. So then grab a bunch because you just really want to get a nice, like a whole bunch of different colors. Then once you have those up on the wall, take your time. Look at it in natural light, artificial light.
Night.
Yes.
Everything.
Like
yes.
all cloudy day, whatever. Once you've narrowed it down to like 2 or 3, go and grab a sample of paint. These cost $3. And then I'm going to whip out from underneath here. So then go to the dollar store and buy a piece of foam board. And then you're going to paint your color on here. The reason is this is white to start. And so instead of having the color bleeding from your wall into something you would paint, you now have a pure white background. So this is Stonington gray. This is what we did in our bedroom. And you end up painting it. And then what's nice is you can move this around your room, put it in the dark corner, put it up against your flooring, your trim, your furnishings, everything. And you don't have a really ridiculous swatch of paint all over your wall until you actually paint.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Mama Haas? That's what you need to do. Yeah. That is fantastic.
Isn't that a...
Well, and do you know, I maybe the audience knows, you know how when you go to a glasses place, they now have software where you can see what you look like and they'll put glasses. Why doesn't places have a program where you can put your room into a computer and change? Do they have that?
They do, but I don't
know.
actually think it. I don't think it really reflects the color because there's no way you know exactly how your lighting and everything is going to work.
Yeah, thank you for saving me.
Yep, you're welcome.
Executive producer Jeff shaming me over there. That's already around, Jason. Yeah. Okay, what do we
All
have
right, next thing is, so gallery walls are really popular right now. But
and what are those again? What are those?
So now people do it with objects and also pictures or whatever that they want to hang in a giant
format.
wall, right?
Yeah.
And so in order to get everything to hang where you want it to hang, the easiest thing I've learned is you grab some toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
Yeah, so most things have something you're going to hang it from, like this has the little sawtooth or whatever. You maybe have like a little ring or whatever.
I'm so curious of where you're going with this. I have no idea.
So you're going to grab, I'll probably need the paper towel again. Now I'm putting toothpaste on my hands. So you're going to,
I'll get the intern to get it on your hair. Yeah.
Wherever you need that nail to go, you're going to blob a little toothpaste, right? And then you're going to take your level. You're going to put it up wherever you want it, whether it's an object, however you're going to hang it. As soon as you have it level and where you want it, pop it against the wall, and that's exactly where your nail needs to go. Pound your nail in, and then you can just wipe off all the toothpaste.
Okay. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, and can I tell you, if you want marital bickering, try hanging things with your spouse. There is nothing more stressful because I'm really picky about it. Oh, yeah, we don't hang anything.
Well, now you
more
can
in our
use some
house.
toothpaste, maybe.
Maybe that'll make it better. Yeah.
All right, last thing is wire shelving. I personally don't love it at all. I don't like that everything falls through the cracks.
Yeah.
So I found, once again, we're going to run ourselves to the dollar store, grab a piece of foam board.
Okay.
And then, so originally when I did this, I used wrapping paper. And then yesterday, as I was preparing for this, I'm like, you know what would be better is fabric. So you can use either one. Go grab some dollar wrapping paper at Michael's or Target, or grab a piece of leftover
fabric. Yeah.
Yeah. Grab some binder clips and clip them to the end.
Okay.
Then you're going to use this adhesive spray. You just lift this up, spray it on, pat this down, and then it won't come off. And then you can wrap it around the edges, and then seal it with that. And then you just put it on your shelves. This works like in a closet. Like in our linen closet, we did this and covered every shelf for $5. And then nothing falls through. I just feel like
Here it is right now.
Oh, yeah.
Look, right there.
So the fabric actually would probably, this was a very gently used closet.
Yeah.
But I feel like the fabric would stand up to, more heavily use.
I love her. Erin Meyer, everybody. Check out her blog at lavenderalandlaundry.com. And don't forget, if you missed this, we'll post this on our Facebook page a little bit later. Still ahead, it's time for the audience and all of you on Facebook to ask me anything, and I have to answer when we come back. Back after this. When you first said wire stuff, I was thinking wire hangers.
I'm a sucker for all the subliminal things no one knows about you, about you. You're making the typical me break my typical rules. It's true, I'm a sucker for you.
Welcome back, everybody. That's the #1 song, "Sucker" by the Jonas Brothers. It was just named the best song of the year so far by Billboard.com. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, the year ain't over yet. Other songs in the top 5 include "Bad Guy" by Billie Eilish, "Old Town Road," and "Seven Rings" by Ariana Grande Latte. Well, welcome back, everybody. It's time to turn the show over to you, and we call it Ask Me Anything. We have questions from Facebook and our studio audience. And we'll start with our Facebook questions. Trish asks, hi Trish, with your busy schedule, how many hours of sleep do you get a night? Well, I get this question a lot, as Erin knows, because I spend time with the audience after the show's over. I go to bed around 9:30 or 10, and I wake up at exactly 3:40 in the morning. And I never sleep to an alarm. My grandmother had this, and I have this. I wake up naturally 2 minutes before my alarm. I'm not joking. And I think in 7 years, Colin has heard my alarm a dozen times. I always wake up exactly 2 minutes. Basically, not enough sleep. That's what I'll say, yeah. Let's get to Mary. Come here, Mary. Let's welcome Mary. Where are you from?
Wisconsin.
What's your question?
What do you do in your spare time or hobbies?
Spare time or hobbies? Well, I recently bought a camera. Photographer Eric has been helping me. I like photography. I find that it calms me down, and I get a great joy from it. And I use it for my social media accounts and stuff. So that I really love, and I love cooking. I love cooking. So if I actually didn't do this, I'd open a restaurant or something. But yeah, cooking and photography. Cool. There you go. And cocktails. There we go. Yes. Another Facebook question. Alex asks, since Mall of America is one of your favorite places, it is, believe me, which places in the mall do you tend to go the most? Yeah, in the fall and winter, people think I joke. No, I'm there most Saturdays at the Mall of America during the fall and winter. My favorite place, I'm a creature of habit. On Saturdays, we do the same thing. We always go to Masu for some sushi, and the best bartender in the Twin Cities, my buddy Jonathan. We get lunch there, and I don't really shop. For whatever reason, I know Mall of America is kind of stressful to some of you out there. To me, it is unbelievably relaxing just to walk around and people watch and look at the outfits and the fanny packs and all that stuff. And the kids, people wear a lot of fanny packs at the Mall of America. But they're in now. They're called butt bags or something. I don't know, yeah. So Masu is my favorite place at the Mall of America. Let's go to Joyce. Come over here, Joyce. Where are you from, Joyce?
I'm from Hastings.
Hastings. Well, welcome. What's your
Thank
question?
you. Where do you like to hang out in Minneapolis?
Oh, good question. I live in the North Loop, and I love my neighborhood. Even with the fact there's not a lot of parking, I love my neighborhood. I love to go to. People don't know this about me. I've said a few times. I love to go to the Twins game because I think Target Field is one of the best ballparks in the country. I like that, and then all of the people in my life are like in the restaurant business. So I'm lucky. I get to go to a lot of. I like dining with friends, and the other thing, hanging out at home. I am a homebody, and so I hang out at home. Nothing makes me happier than hanging out with my dogs in my movie room watching Dallas. Sincerely, yes, yeah. Going back to Facebook, Karen asks, why does the Karen Scullin? I don't know that name. No, she's a Fox 9 anchor, my good friend. Karen asks, why does the caricature for the Jason Show logo have no mouth? It's a bit ironic, don't you think? Yeah. Whatever, Scullin. No. Truth be told, we get a lot of questions about the logo. That's part of the logo. Now that the beard is permanent, it probably will be changed. We're going to be changing some things around for season 5 in September. A new open, something else we're working on. Can't say. So maybe that will be going away, changed. Because I don't think they're going to be. I think it would look weird if they added a beard to that dumb thing. Anyway, yeah, there it is right there. I think the faces. I think the faces are going away. I sure hope so. Wendy, come over here. Well, last but not least, Wendy. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. What's your question?
Well, I want to know how many times you go to Disney every year and what's your favorite ride?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you really want to know how many times I go?
Yes.
I go about 6 or 7 times a year. Yeah. And a lot of those trips are on the weekends. We do quick weekend trips and stuff. So go. And my favorite ride is without a doubt at Hollywood Studios Tower of Terror is my favorite ride. It's my favorite. Is it great? Yeah. Thank you to everybody. Keep the questions coming. We'll answer them after the show. Maybe we'll even do a little Facebook Live. But right now, she's gone. She's like, I'm out of here. Yeah. I asked my question. I want my mug. We'll be right back. One more question, actually, when we return after this. Welcome back, everybody. Such a fun audience today. Well, before we get back to the questions, attention music fans, today's the big day. Fox9.com is teaming up with iHeartRadio to bring you a live concert event tonight. You can watch Tyga perform live on Fox9.com starting at 9 tonight. Again, that's 9 o'clock on Fox9.com. Well, welcome back, everybody. Kendall joins me again, and we're back. Before we have one more question, but before we get to that, I do want to tell you, because this is actually a question that we get. The Jason Show is going to be going live at TCO at the Vikings training camp in Eagan, June 24th through June 28th. Oh, can we leave this picture up real quick? Audience, I tell you everything. Let me tell you, I am not really holding that football. That is not.
Nope, you're not.
First of all, that is a very small football. And thank you for taking the bug out, Leo, because listen to this, everybody. They had to Photoshop that. Those aren't even my hands. They had to add hands for the football. That is hysterical.
It looks pretty good. Good job,
I am
Kimberly.
such a goober. Look at that. Anyway, so we're live at TCO Studios. We're so excited. We have such a great week planned. But unfortunately, this is good news. And I love, you guys make me so happy. And the crew's thrilled. We're booked. Our audience is booked every single day. Yeah, we are at capacity, so no more tickets, and I apologize. Well, before we go, as I mentioned, there's one more comment from our Ask Me Anything segment that I have to mention. On our Facebook page, a nice lady named Amy writes, "Why do you keep popping up in my dreams, Jason? Last night in my dream, you moved into a townhouse next to me, and I was so excited because we are going to be friends. So, Amy, if you want to live next to me, actually, there's a unit next to me open if you want to. Yeah, maybe that's why. Yeah.
Maybe.
Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, now, Kendall now has a clarification because you've been getting judgment.
Yes. Okay, this is what I mean by ghosting. I went on 2 specific dates, and Evan had a very similar experience, floor director, where I said at the end of the day, because the guy was so rude, like a misogynist, just disgusting, and I was like, yeah, you're a pig and this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
And then he would text
her. Did you call him a pig?
Yeah, because he was a pig. He was so gross. He was such a jerk. Oh my gosh. And so then I ignored him. I ignored him after that. The other one, I was much nicer, but just said, I'd like via text, via in person, because we were kind of the same friend group. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'm really sorry. I think you're great. Then he wouldn't leave me alone. And so it's just like, we just got to cut the cord.
Okay, now that's two good examples. If you're you should be ghosted.
Right. It's like if you're a jerk.
Yes.
And that's what happened to Evan on a date. Someone was really rude to him and he was like, all right, well,
okay,
we're
see,
done.
there are exceptions to everything, so
Yes.
we will not judge you anymore.
So everyone has done that.
About that. Yeah, about that.
You can judge me about other things.
Tomorrow on the show, Miss Minnesota USA is back to talk about making the top 15 at Miss USA this year. Plus, Kendall tries her hand at bartending in the latest Kendall Tries My 9 to 5. Oh, my goodness. That's going to do it for right now. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Follow us on social media.